That voice, the one that lives in your head and keeps reminding you that you're an imposter, I keep waiting for it to just stop or at least reduce the volume. It hasn't, and it's annoying. So, how do you reconcile that voice with actual evidence that you're not an imposter? Now, this is not a believe in yourself mantra, even though believing in yourself is a good thing. This is learning how to handle imposter syndrome when the data clearly tells you that voice is a liar. Let's talk about it. So, the trigger for me is as benign as a coworker making a comment, and all of a sudden, all of my years of experience is like poof, gone. And then the voice starts to tell me,
"You're bad at this job. You don't know what you're doing."
and then when it comes to YouTube and I see other creators, I think to myself, gosh, they are so creative. They're so natural. It's like they have this innate talent that they were born with that I clearly don't have. So when I'm working on my videos and I have to do multiple takes, which I have done on this video, or I'm recording a video multiple times, then here's the voice.
"What are you even doing? And nobody watches your content. Stop recording."
And then I second guess every word, every pause, every expression, which I'm sure I'm going to do on this video, but that's not the point. That's what imposter syndrome looks like for me. What does it look like for you? Because it's just that quiet voice that shows up without invitation during the course of my day. I don't like it. So, what do I actually want? It's very simple. I want the voice that says that I belong here to be louder than the voice that says that I don't. I'm not asking for too much. Now, I'm not looking to silence the imposter voice. Well, I would love that, but I don't think that's realistic. I think what's realistic is to reduce the volume of the imposter voice and increase the volume of the voice of truth. Because here's what's true. When I show up at my job, I do it well. I'm good at my job and I know what I'm doing. So when a colleague makes a brilliant point or a brilliant suggestion, it doesn't cancel out the fact that I'm good at my job. Both can exist at the same time, and it takes nothing away from either of us. And that's the same thing with YouTube. When I record a take multiple times or I redo a video, it's because I'm thorough. It's because I want to put out quality content. And that thoroughness, that commitment is the quality of someone that actually belongs. And that's the evidence. I just need to focus on it long enough so that that imposter voice starts to reduce and the voice of truth increases. And I think a lot of us women in this space want the exact same thing. In general, I think everybody does. Because in reality, the voice never truly goes away. We just have to stop believing it. And here's a problem with imposter syndrome. It does not respond to logic. Because you can know something intellectually and still feel like a fraud. So with imposter syndrome, it's not about what you know, it's about what you believe. And believing something about yourself is completely different from knowing it. Because I know that I'm good at my job, I do it well. And when it comes to YouTube, I'm showing up, I'm being consistent, and I'm doing my best to put out quality content. So the evidence is clear. And yet, on some days, I allow that voice to creep in. And when it creeps in, it starts to create this gap between what you know and what you believe. And it's very clever because it starts to hide in that gap. And it's actually a very comfortable place to hide because it then starts to cause confusion between what you know and what you believe. And it's all about what you believe. So what changed for me? I started recognizing that when it comes to the imposter voice, all it wants is for me to believe what it's telling me. So instead of me fighting it, I decided I needed a better strategy. So I came up with 2 questions I would ask myself every time the voice would creep in. Question 1, is there any validity to what the voice is saying? Question 2, can I counter it with something that is true? If the answer to question 1 is no, and the answer to question 2 is yes, then I counter it out loud. Yes, out loud. So here's an example. You are not good at your job. I answer question 1. Is there any validity to what the voice is saying? The answer is no. I go to question 2. Can I counter it with something that is true? I am good at my job, and I insert the reasons why. And what I found fascinating is that it worked every single time. The voice would then lower its volume, and I can continue on with my day. And here's what I've learned about imposter syndrome. It's almost always unfounded. I mean, let's be clear. I'm not trying to do open heart surgery because I am clearly not qualified to do open heart surgery. However, I'm just walking around, minding my business, drinking my water, and going about my day. And here comes the voice, just trying to frustrate my life, telling me I'm not good enough and that I don't belong, or conjuring up whatever lie it's trying to use to confuse me at any given moment. And there is valid, undisputed evidence that I'm good enough and I belong. Period. And you do too. You can drop the mic. I'm just not going to drop this one because I'm still using it. I still struggle with imposter syndrome, to be honest, but here's what's different now. I answer those two questions honestly, and then I counter it with what is true based on evidence, clear, undisputed evidence. And that's the shift. So it's not like I don't have imposter syndrome anymore, it's that I just have a better strategy on managing it. And I refuse to let it be the loudest voice in the room because I have free will and I can do that. And so can you. Because you belong where you are, not because you feel like you do, but because the evidence says so. So I say, let's lower the volume on that imposter voice and just live our lives authentically because we belong here. Period. So before I let you go, I just want to leave you with a question to ask yourself. What is one evidence in your life that imposter voice is a lie? Write it down. Actually, writing it down is I know that's old school. It works very well, but since we love our phone so much, open up your phone, type it in. You can even make it like a background or something. Something that you can go back to when that voice creeps up, and then you just open up your phone and you can speak the evidence out loud. And in the comments, I'd like to know, what does imposter syndrome look like for you and where does it show up most? And if you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to join the Fab Fam by subscribing. And I also have a bi-weekly newsletter that is free. The link is in the description. And if no one has told you this today, you're valuable, you have purpose, you're more than enough, and you are fabulous. Until my next video, I'd love for you to watch the one that pops up on your screen because I know you're going to love it. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.